Hello, welcome to this free training on the Becoming Her method. We're going to learn how to become the mother you're meant to be without guilt, overwhelm, or the need to be perfect. This is the exact process I use to access the version of me who led with calm, who laughed more and had fun, actually enjoyed motherhood without needing to escape just to feel okay. And you are in the right place. If deep down you know you're meant to be the calm mom, not just trying to stay calm or forcing yourself, but actually calm, present, and grounded. But right now, no matter how much you try, you're getting pulled back into old patterns. You told yourself you would do it differently. You're going to be gentle and respectful and connected and like all things. And you swore you'd never say all the things you heard when you were growing up, but when your toddler's melting down and your body is flooded, your brain is offline, you find yourself snapping and yelling and you shut down. And before you even know it, your mother's words are just spewing out of your mouth because you're on autopilot. It's like watching yourself repeat everything over and over again. And this is happening because your body is running on a script that you didn't even choose. And you've been told to just breathe through it, count to 10, walk away, take a break, journal about it, and all those are just surface level things. But when your toddler is melting down and your body is reacting because your nervous system is dysregulated and you're going off of patterns, none of that surface level stuff actually works, because this isn't about trying harder. It's about healing deeper. Because when your nervous system finally feels safe, you don't have to try to stay calm. You just are. And you're not here to be saved. You are here because you are done. Goodbye, throw mothering on autopilot in the trash can. And you don't need to become someone new. You just need to return to the version of you who already knows how to lead with presence, how to be calm. And that shift starts right here. And you're likely already doing all the things. You got all the gentle parenting books and with all your highlights and sticky notes and earmarks galore. You're deep and have so many Instagram reels saved on all the gentle parenting tips. And like, you could teach a class. You got this stuff down and you're meditating, you're doing the breath work, but in the heat of the moment, you can't actually access any of that logical knowledge that you know to do. So if you're thinking like, okay, I know what to do. Why do I keep doing the opposite? Like, what is wrong with me? Because that's the same question that I was asking. And the truth is, it's because your nervous system is wired to protect you and keep you alive. So when you're stressed and overwhelmed, when your toddler's melting down, it doesn't even give you the access to calm or patience or presence. It's just simply reacting. And you're not failing. Your body is just doing what it is trained to do. And until you shift that wiring, no strategy will stick. But when you understand what's going on below the surface, that's when the breakthrough happens. And that breakthrough starts right now. And for those of you who don't know me, hi, I'm Jenna Chandonnet, totally going to be your new mama BFF, like, hey girl, hey. And I became the calm, grounded mother that I literally would go every single night praying that I'd be, by rewiring my nervous system and breaking the patterns that were passed down to me. And now I help other mothers become that version of themselves. And before I became a mom, I legit thought that I was just gonna be calm and patient and grounded and fun. I was gonna be the fun mom, like totally unbothered and unflustered, like Mary Poppins with messy bun and dry shampoo. But motherhood hit differently. I had a high-risk pregnancy, emergency C-section, baby in the NICU, no village because we were 4,000 miles away from our family, and my husband traveled constantly for work. So I was left in the thick of it, in the chaos, just trying to survive and running on patterns I didn't even know were there. I was basically living and mothering on autopilot. I knew the mom I wanted to be, but no matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't access her. So I found myself snapping at my toddler and then crying because I was so consumed with mom guilt, and I felt so guilty because I felt like I had no control over how I was showing up in motherhood. I was constantly telling myself, like, okay, next time's going to be different. Next time I'm going to pause. I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to snap. Like, I'm going to be this version of me. But the next time always came, and I still reacted in the same way. And every day felt like pure survival and made me feel like I had to escape just to make it to bedtime. And I tried everything they told me to do. Everyone says, take a bubble bath. I hate bubble baths. They are the worst. Read another book. Do more self-care. Like, just meditate and breathe. And listen, I tried all that. I stacked the routines. I read the books. I did all the things, but none of it actually helped when I was triggered, when I was in the moment, because your body doesn't care about your intentions. When you are in survival mode and your nervous system is dysregulated, you can't access your calm. You're not choosing reactivity, it is choosing you. And for the longest time, I thought that maybe like, okay, this is just what motherhood is. Maybe I just need to get on board with feeling miserable all the time, and I'm always one meltdown away from losing it. Like, this is it. And I started to believe, like, maybe I was the problem. Maybe I'm just not cut out to be the calm mom that I wanted to be. But then it hit me. I'm not the problem. I'm not broken. I had just never been taught how to regulate my nervous system. So I didn't need more tips and more information or more healing. I just needed to feel safe in my body. And once I started regulating my nervous system, everything changed. I stopped yelling. Not because I was trying harder, but because my body wasn't running on survival mode anymore. And even on the hard days, I could stay grounded and calm. Of course, I wasn't perfect, still made mistakes. We're human. But I was able to repair and connect, and I was still fully present. I wasn't going on autopilot and shutting down. And I finally stopped ending every single day in guilt because I was actually showing up the way I wanted to be. So if you are sitting there asking yourself, like, okay, how do I actually become her, this version of me? Like, is this even possible for me? Then let's find out. Apply below for a one-on-one DM conversation, and let's uncover where you're at in motherhood, what you're struggling with, and what kind of mother you want to be. Click the apply button below this video and let's talk. I cannot wait to hear your story. Because you likely already know what to do. You've read the books, you've rehearsed the scripts, you've done all the things. But knowing what to do doesn't change how you react in the moment, because it's not a mindset and a knowing what to do issue, it's your nervous system. Your stress response is wired into your body. So when you are triggered, your brain doesn't pull up parenting advice. It pulls up survival mode, patterns, reactions. And that mom guilt loop that you keep cycling in keeps you stuck in shame. And shame doesn't create transformation, doesn't change your behavior, doesn't make you any different. Safety does. That's why becoming her is different. We don't add more tools. We change what is going on underneath, so calm becomes your baseline, not something you force. And here's the truth. Trying harder won't make you calmer. You probably already know that if you're here, because you've already tried it all. And it's because if your nervous system is still wired for survival, your body will always react before your brain can catch up. That's why rewiring your nervous system at the root is the shift that you need. You don't need more rules. You don't need to be more healed. You don't need to keep doing motherhood on hard mode. Because when you do this work, you don't just change how you respond and how you react. You change how motherhood feels in your body. And honestly, trying to meditate and mindset and mom guilt or shame your way into being more patient, like, that's outdated. Goodbye to that. Let's hit the damn easy button. And that is exactly why I created the Becoming Her method. Because you can't build a new version of you and a new way of mothering on top of old patterns that are still running the show. And first, you need to heal. by releasing what's been unconsciously passed down to you. This is where you stop trying harder and instead raise the awareness of the patterns, of the wiring, of what's going on underneath everything, so you can begin to break the cycle. So you can move to the next step, which is rewire. Your reactions aren't bad habits. Let me say that again. Your reactions are not bad habits. They are hardwired into your body from past experiences, from your childhood, from old patterns, even from generational trauma. And this step of rewiring is when you stop trying to manage and control the chaos and start rewiring your nervous system at the root so that you can embody her. Where you shift from logically knowing what to do to actually being the version of you that naturally responds with patience and calm in the heat of the moment. You're able to hold boundaries with confidence. You're able to witness your child having big feelings without them taking over you. And you trust yourself no matter what is going on. This is where you stop learning and start becoming the version of you so that you can truly thrive in motherhood. So many moms, number one, guilty over here, try new things, new tools, new tips, tricks, like this parenting hack. But nothing sticks because it doesn't touch the root. When you regulate your nervous system, you embody that version of you and rewire the patterns you never meant to carry. That change becomes permanent. And you tried to look like a good mom. You've worked hard to act calm, to keep it all together on the outside, but inside you're secretly drowning. Because motherhood isn't something you perform, it's something you embody and becomes who you are. And when your nervous system is regulated, you are finally able to deeply trust yourself. And you're able to just live it and become that version of you. Other methods give you tools. Becoming her gives you a new nervous system, a new baseline. This is where it stops being about managing your triggers and starts being about ending the patterns that created them in the first place. You've already done the hard part. You've become aware. You've seen the patterns. You know there's a different way, and now you're here. Not because you're broken, but because you are ready. Your child doesn't need a perfect mom. They need a present one, a grounded one with a regulated nervous system that isn't running on autopilot. And that shift you've been chasing, it's not in the next book or the better routine. It's inside of you, and it starts right here. These women were exactly right where you are. Tired, done with yelling and second guessing and everything, and ready to just be the version of themselves that is the calm mom. They made the decision to do this differently. And this transformation isn't exclusive. It's not just for the lucky ones. It's for the ones who decide, just like they did, just like you can. And this isn't just my work. This is my mission to help mothers stop just settling for surviving in motherhood and truly thriving in it. With peace, with presence, with fun and joy. I believe you were never broken. You were never too much or not enough. You just weren't taught how to feel safe in your own nervous system. And that's what changes everything for you. Not just for you, but for your children and their children. This is where the cycle ends. This is where a new legacy begins. You don't have to earn that kind of motherhood. You just have to decide that it's already yours. Because when you master this, mom guilt isn't even on a radar. It's not even a thing for you. You stay grounded even when your child is melting down. You hold space for them without abandoning yourself. And for the first time, you feel proud of yourself every single day. Now, I want you to pause for a moment and just imagine. You wake up feeling calm, light, and grounded. You are no longer overwhelmed before the day even starts. You go through your day with your toddler, and when they have a meltdown, you respond with patience instead of reacting out of frustration because you finally feel in control of your emotions. at bedtime, instead of just rushing through the routine and like, hurry, like, get to sleep now, you're actually fully present. You're laughing and giggling and enjoying the books because you're finally enjoying motherhood again. And you get to go to bed without guilt or regret because you're finally showing up as the version of you know you're meant to be. And this isn't temporary. This isn't a phase. This is the version of you that was always there, just waiting to feel safe enough to emerge. So you aren't just going to feel different, you are different. This is becoming her. And if you are ready to become her, then I highly recommend that you apply for Becoming Her. Inside, I'll guide you through the exact process that has worked for myself and over 100 clients to rewire the nervous system, shift their experience of motherhood, and made being the calm, grounded, happy, fun mom their default mode. And you're going to get my eyes on your patterns, your nervous system, and the root level blocks that are keeping you stuck in survival mode right now. So I can help you move into that deep, lasting regulation. So if you're ready to stop mothering from guilt, if you're ready to lead your family from grounded presence, I highly recommend that you apply below. Once you apply, we'll start with a one-on-one DM conversation to get clarity on exactly what's keeping you in the yell, guilt, shame, repeat cycle, and whether becoming her is the right fit for you. So let's find out if this is your moment, because your transformation doesn't start someday. It starts right here, right now, and it starts with one decision. And if you're feeling that pull in your chest right now, that whisper that says, this is for me, trust it. That's not pressure. That is alignment. Because this work, it's not about parenting differently. It's about becoming the woman and the mother you were always meant to be. Because when you do this work, you don't just shift your motherhood, you shift your entire lineage. You are healing 7 generations back for all the women who didn't get a chance. And you are freeing 7 generations forward, including your children right now. That is the power of Becoming Her. It's not a method, it's a legacy. So if you know this is your next step, apply below. I would love to talk to you in the DMs. Tell me where you are, where you want to be, the kind of mother and woman you're becoming. Let's find out if Becoming Her is the right fit for you. I'll see you in there.